Attention Dallas Cowboys fans. In the middle of a season marked by frustration, early elimination, and countless questions about the future of the roster, an unexpected name emerged at a moment when few believed it would. On Christmas Day, under the national spotlight, Malik Davis didn't just step onto the field, he seized the biggest opportunity of his career and completely changed the conversation surrounding the future of the franchise's running game. What initially looked like just another game with little at stake quickly became a clear sign that something meaningful may be developing in Dallas. Before diving into the full analysis, here's an invitation for those who closely follow the Cowboys and appreciate thoughtful, well-grounded football discussion. If this type of breakdown resonates with you, feel free to subscribe and stay connected, because the analysis here always goes far beyond the final score. The context makes this performance even more significant. Despite already being eliminated from playoff contention, the Cowboys entered Week 17 determined to defeat the Washington Commanders in front of their home crowd. The game began in familiar fashion, with Javonte Williams leading the rushing attack, piling up 54 yards and scoring a touchdown early. However, the momentum shifted abruptly when Williams was forced to leave the game after suffering a shoulder stinger. That moment opened the door for Malik Davis, who up to that point had been little more than a depth option, to take center stage. Davis didn't just handle the responsibility, he elevated the offense, carrying the ball 20 times for 103 yards, averaged more than 5 yards per attempt, showcasing vision, burst, and composure with every touch. His performance was instrumental in controlling the game's tempo, balancing the offense, and ultimately securing a Christmas Day victory for the Cowboys. This was not a situational performance, but a composed, efficient outing that reflected the qualities of a reliable NFL running back. To fully grasp the weight of this game, it's essential to understand Malik Davis's journey. He entered the league in 2022 as an undrafted free agent out of the University of Florida, without guarantees, without attention, and with virtually no margin for error. Since then, he's lived the reality faced by many fringe roster players, bouncing between the active roster and the practice squad, being released multiple times, including twice in this season. Yet through all of that, he continued to prepare as if he were the starter. That perseverance speaks volumes about who Malik Davis is as a professional. Surviving in the NFL under those circumstances requires mental toughness, daily discipline, and unwavering belief in one's work. At no point did he appear discouraged or complacent. Instead, when given his opportunity on a national stage, he responded decisively, turning years of uncertainty into a performance the organization cannot afford to overlook. The impact of this game extends far beyond a late-season win, with the possibility that Javonte Williams could miss the regular season finale against the New York Giants. Malik Davis may once again have the opportunity to start. That scenario gives the Cowboys front office a valuable chance to evaluate him in a true game situation with increased responsibility. That evaluation could directly influence how the franchise approaches the running back position moving forward, including contract considerations and broader roster strategy for next season. There is also a recent precedent that makes this storyline even more compelling. Rico Dowdle followed a similar path in Dallas, spending years buried on the depth chart until finally earning a real opportunity. When that moment arrived, he delivered consecutive high-production seasons, surpassing 1,000 rushing yards and using that success to solidify his NFL career beyond the Cowboys. Malik Davis may now be on a comparable trajectory, emerging quietly until the right moment arrives. At this point, it is still too early to determine whether Davis will settle in as a valuable depth piece or develop into a legitimate contender for a starting role. What is already clear, however, is that he has earned respect, attention, and a rightful place in the discussion about the future of the Cowboys' offense. In a season filled with uncertainty, Malik Davis has become one of the few genuinely positive answers, and perhaps proof that even in the most unlikely moments, hard work still finds its reward in Dallas. If you agree that Malik Davis deserves to be part of that conversation, or if you see the situation differently, leave a like, share your name and city in the comments, and join the discussion. The voice of the fan is part of this story as well.